Welcome to the trajectory. Hi, my name is Marcel and I'm living in Russia. Today I'll be talking about the destruction of churches on the Bryansk border. And that's what this video is about, reporting from the Bryansk region.
Брянской целью террористов стала часовня в селе Зерново. Боевики использовали дроны, били из минометов. Церковь деревянная сгорела за считанные минуты. Сейчас вместо часовни пепелище, на земле рухнувший купол.
That the Ukrainian forces have been using churches and destroying them and doing various sabotage missions and using these churches and destroying them, burning them. And that's the content that my video will be about today. The armed forces of Ukraine have been burning churches, temples, chapels, using drones, mortars, and the armed forces of Ukraine have carried out mortar shelling, targeting strikes with kamikaze drones on chapel temples in the village of Zernovo in the Suzmansky district. I'm here to just report that there was no casualties. Very cynical that they're using these churches and targeting these churches, and especially places during Holy Weeks. The armed forces of Ukraine have destroyed many churches in the Kursk region, and now they're starting to. Armed forces of Ukraine have been targeting churches in the Bryansk region using sabotage groups. They've destroyed many monastery, old wooden churches on the border, and mostly because they're Orthodox. The segment that you'll see from Sudzba, the consequences of Ukrainians burning churches, the deliberate desecration and mockery of holy places, the total destruction of a church chapel in Zernovo in the Suzmansky district, and you'll see sometimes the remains of the onion sphere that's been laid to the ground after the church has completely been destroyed. The Bryansk border regions have been under tremendous stress these days with attacks from going back several months now by the Ukrainian forces. Back from Christmas to today, there has been many examples of churches that have been attacked. Some of these churches are hundreds of years old, built and survived the Greek Patriotic War, and unfortunately have suffered serious damage. So I just wanted to say that I'm reporting from the Bryansk region, and in this region we have border regions that are being attacked constantly and harassed by Ukrainian drones, mortars, artillery, and unfortunately the armed forces of Ukraine have been attacking in lots of churches. And I wanted to just bring this story to your attention that a lot of the churches here are being destroyed on the border for simply being Orthodox. And I think in this time of geopolitical conflict where there's gigantic amounts of news, we can't let the little stories like this go untold and ignored by the world, and specifically the West. It should be known that a lot of the targeting of these churches have been used by diverse groups that were sponsored by Western powers. These groups have gotten in there, they've used these churches for nefarious reasons, and when they're done with their sinister plot, they will often burn them to the ground and use them for cover, which is unholy and quite repugnant. So I'm Marcel, living in Bryansk, and I just want to let you have an insight into the border regions of the Bryansk region where I'm living. And as I promised, I'd provide to you some news about this territory. So please like, subscribe, comment, and pay attention to what's going on in this world, and hopefully we can all emerge from this peacefully.